The hat collector is eyeing his next victim. You know, this feels like an optional boss fight to me. It's like Kecleon in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, where he's only gonna go after you if provoked, but he will go after you. This guy looks really jovial right now. He's just admiring a good hat. Just don't go thinking to yourself, huh, that guy has a lot of hats, more than he actually needs. He shouldn't mind if I take one off of him. And the second you try to put a finger on him, he will lay you out for your unchecked and misplaced hubris. Hi again, guys, and one of my favorite subreddits is r/bossfight, and it has been for a few years now. It's kind of a classic to me. There's like a very nice mix of very odd individuals you don't see every day. There's some genuinely impressive creations, as well as genuine body horror. It's like a sample platter of all the extremes you could hope to see on Reddit as a platform, tied together by the idea that all of these things would be particularly challenging to throw down with. If you enjoy this video, this card at the end will take you to another one like it. Also, less than 20% of y'all are subscribed with notifications on. If you sub and hit the bell icon, you'll never miss an upload, and you can always undo it later. You know, I love how when this tube monster video first dropped, everybody just kind of agreed that, yeah, that looks like a Reggie. We got some new ones recently, but for the longest time, Reggie fans out there did not get a lot sent their way. It was just Reggie Ock, Reggie Rice, Reggie Steele, and then Reggie Fils-Aimé left Nintendo, so we had lost one too. But then this tube monster with a man inside of it walking around actually got a lot of cool fan designs and artwork based off something kind of goofy. I always loved when a kind of silly, unserious thing will actually set off people's imagination for real. Iron Roach Chrome. I took the cockroach killer spray, but I mistook it and sprayed silver paint to it. Now it's armored and angry. Help! Man, cockroach with armor. That is some shit Bethesda would charge you $30 extra for to get in the deluxe edition of a game. I often think about how they probably had one of the first examples of microtransactions in a full-priced game ever. I don't really know how much of what they did had a direct downstream effect on things like Fortnite existing now, but they certainly laid out a blueprint for a much grittier person to take advantage of. How much of the current hell we live in is Todd Howard's fault, and why is it not the Doom Eternal hell instead? The hamon frog, defeater of vampires. A very powerful American toad creates ripples in water with his call, Inaxaris americanus. If that's the way you actually say that, then this is a world's first for me. Things that are spelt weirdly and I haven't seen before, I will almost never pronounce correctly. When I was a kid, I managed to sound out how to spell grotesque, even though it was spelt all weird. I have no idea if it was just sheer luck or if I had actually read it somewhere before and I'm gassing myself up for some shit I did not do. Either way, this toad is a multifaceted beast. Those perfect vibrations he is sending out in the water would have him tearing up symbiotes left and right. You can throw Morbius and Venom at this little guy at the same time, and he's packing both of them up. They're getting sent back to you with next day shipping. We're talking Prime Day level efficiency here, man. This is not a guy you want to mess with. The Ticket Master. You better have your ticket. Please have ticket or ass ready. I hope I got my ticket. You know, I actually pass by this sign a lot, most days actually, and I make it a point to purposefully never have my ticket. Yeah, it's a freaky sign that I matched. You guys might think I'm weird for that one, but genuinely I was just in it for the long haul. The guy in charge of, you know, using the ass receptacle in case you don't have a ticket is just kind of sick of me at this point. Letting me through without asking questions or trying to put it in my butt is the fastest way to get rid of me. I'm just saying, fellas, I may or may not be a few steps ahead of you at all time. Grandpa, toxic resistant beast and forbidden yogurt eater. So my grandpa ate half a quart of paint today thinking it was yogurt. You know, I probably would have been fooled by this thing too if the spoon was already in it. He's got the stains all around his mouth like the dude who's trying to convince you he didn't eat the powdered donuts you were saving. Update. His stomach is completely unfazed, followed by the album artwork for Earl Sweatshirt's Some Rap Songs. This has to be one of those dudes who can just swallow swords whole. I was never clear in the specifics, but I'm pretty sure it's because they just have crazy strong stomach acid. Stuff that if he projectile vomited it out, it would probably melt the armor on tanks. I'm pretty sure that's just the power set of multiple X-Men that I never remember the names of. Remember when the Joker became the Iranian ambassador for the United Nations so that Batman couldn't attack him? This might be the most protruding I've ever seen his chin. Fun story, this is the same book, I'm pretty sure, where Joker killed Robin. It's nuts that this is in a comic and it is not the most remembered thing about that comic. They were going absolutely bananas back then. Jason Todd was the original Robin's replacement. A lot of people did not really like him as a character and the writers were getting kind of fed up, so they said, fine, here's 2 phone numbers. You can call one to vote for him to get it dead, or you can call the other to let him live. Apparently the vote was so close that it was like single digits down, and another guy had apparently botted calls to spam it to get Robin killed. And if he was left alive, we might have never gotten these panels of Joker. The few decisions of those voters changed the course of history. Yada yada, register to vote something something. Pastor Alex says, atheists are now bioengineering homosexual ants to make them bite good Christians and make them gay. I am okay if people are born gay. That's cool. Oh, thanks. But to deliberately create chemtrail ants to make people gay without any type of consent is not okay. I have never gotten so many mixed signals here. Like, this dude believes that, yeah, you're probably born this way and that's cool with me. But also, like, gay ants too? Oh yeah, this article title without knowing the publication is killing me. Fire ants are being laced with homosexual chemtrails to bite Christians and convert them to homosexuality. Basically what Pastor Alex asserted. It's kind of crazy that the ants, after turning gay, actually became rainbow colored. This is further proof that the rainbow is scientifically and intrinsically connected to the homosexual. Tesla of the four elements. This isn't East Hampton. It's not AI. This is real. This is probably how they're doing every single person who bought the Cybertruck on Fortnite right now. This video might be going up a bit later, but I'm pretty sure there was like an agreement in the lobbies to get the person driving that damn thing out of it as fast as possible so we can get back to the normal game. Fortnite is kind of in its product placement collab era. Like, I saw that at the same time they're putting in the Cybertruck in the game, they're now working with Adidas on official skins in the game, and supposedly there's a rumored streetwear company. I'm recording this on July 23rd, so let's see if that actually came true by the time this comes out. The urinal. Only the brave may step forward. This is a weirdly well-framed picture. Even the lighting in the actual bathroom draws your eyes to the center urinal. And I gotta say, this is the classic setup for a trick room in DMC. Either the floor is gonna fall out from under you, or enemies are gonna pour out from all those other urinals on the side before you can even approach the middle one. There's also a good chance it's a fake out, and you can make it all the way to the other end of the bathroom before something jumps you on the way back.
Motherfucker, don't ever fucking film me, I'm gonna kick the shit out of you!
I wonder if the cat is also speaking through the dude. Like, it's very possible if he's able to control the rest of the guy's movements. That said, if the cat's voice is actually that angry, it looks remarkably calm on the outside. It makes you think, if this is the cat talking, do all pussies' internal monologues have thick New York accents and sound angry no matter the exterior appearance? I would ask Smoke, but I think she would lie to me. Huh. Sisyphus got tired. Bro discovered automation and just put the boulder in an elevator. I mean, listen, if he built the elevator himself, then technically speaking, as long as it's going up, then Sisyphus is the one making the elevator go up the mountain. I'm just saying. I just gotta commend that this dude found a way out of what was supposed to be an inescapable predicament, but now that kind of leaves an open spot for the metaphor to represent what he once did. Let's go for a modern twist on this, one that a lot of y'all can relate to, at least from the outside looking in. Let me brainstorm. A YouTuber trying desperately to get another hit video to try and reach that endless upward momentum of bigger number, better person. There is no end to this conquest, but they must imagine themselves happy, for they cannot see themselves doing anything else. Okay, a face app morph of all 50 Democratic senators and a face app morph of all 50 Republican senators. Yeah, no, that's completely worthy nightmare fuel. But I would prefer to look at either of these dudes than Mitch McConnell. I respect the theming of the Republican senator being visibly more red than the Democrat. I mean, that is the color of the party. He's just representing the man-made false god. This group has 94 members and plans to create and worship our Leviathan lobster god. Lobsters do not stop growing and do not die of old age. They die when they become too large to properly molt. We are going to take a lobster, help it molt its shell over several generations, and create a Leviathan god. Here we will plan our god's birth and rise to divinity. You know, as far as cults go, I can kind of respect this one. They don't just believe in a god straight up on faith, they are going to make one themselves. Fuck it, man. Can we get some federal funding for this? Science really should just dedicate a bunch of money to a bloodline of guys who are in charge of making sure the most perfectly healthy lobster has the perfect conditions for the next several thousand years to keep growing. Eventually, we will create a monstrosity of our own creation that we cannot stop no matter what we try. But hey, it might still be fun, you know, just have a few brewskis over that. I visited my high school I dropped out of 76 years ago to pay tribute to the popular girls that bullied me. They thought I'd never be popular. Now I have 6 million followers and they're rotting underground. I mean, ultimate revenge on your enemies is to outlive them through age. And I mean, you can't say that they're doing this to like make their enemies feel bad in some act of revenge. There's no one left to make feel bad over this. This is purely something I'm doing for myself and my own peace and closure. It's less a spitting on their grave because you didn't go to their funeral, more a celebration of what you accomplished in life. Brad, 22. Hi guys, I am actually 11 years old, but I need a girlfriend that can be in my Minecraft Let's Play vids so I can use you for click clickbait and get more views. Thanks. Just go on Cameo, kid. Do not be looking for this shit on a dating app. If anybody said yes to this, I'm watching you. To be fair though, this is probably the best photo an 11-year-old was capable of taking themselves on a shitty webcam while living in the Xbox 360 era. There are unspeakable images of myself taken in a similar setup that I would not wish for my worst enemy to have to see. Mostly because it would be very easy fodder to make fun of me with. The Quantum Ape, holder of the stars and the forbidden grapes. Strong nuclear force, which is apparently weaker than this guy's forearms. I swear, every grade school textbook I've ever seen was always on some fuck shit. I don't know what the graphic designers in charge were drawing inspiration from. Was this just genuinely appealing at the time of publication to the youth? Like, bro saw Monkey and immediately thought, he's holding a grape. Moby Dick the Poop Bringer. The beast didn't stop shitting until an 100-foot wide Poopnado had fully engulfed the divers. A whale blasted an ungodly amount of ass ham all over some divers. On Vice too, man. How's that for a 2-sentence horror? Speaking of fear, above anything else, like screw thalassophobia, the depths, the unknowns of the ocean, this is just worse than drowning. It's embarrassing. Monkey the Undefeated. A wild monkey appeared. The wild monkey bites brutally. Don't feed him and don't fight him. Even if you fight, you can't win. I am 100% confident that there is not a single primate that I could beat outside of humans. Like, I could probably take on a few small children, but if it's a monkey, even if it's smaller than said children, it will probably have my brain leaking out of my nose before I even get a licking. That card I mentioned should be on screen. If you enjoyed, be sure to drop a like and subscribe with notifications on. Anyways, this has been Kwite, and I'll see y'all next time.